At this step, we will let the user enter the expense detail once the user receives the advance payment. While entering the expense details, we have to design an additional workflow if it's an expense of an advance payment. So at this step, the payment is done by accounting due to approvals from the manager, the advance payment of the user. I will have to use again the decision tool. I copy and paste this decision tool and I send to approve just after the decision tool, and I again send to approval, send to approve. Let's make the same background color, that's fine. And if it is an expense, that's fine, we follow the same path. But I copy and paste this. If it is an expense of an advance payment, then it will go from here. Okay, that's fine. But I want to show the manager maybe the remaining budget, and I just develop a new data element called remaining budget. It will be numeric, and in order to calculate it, I will use my tool, calculate tool, and let's set the remaining budget it is the data element of remaining budget, and let's write the formula for that. So it will be the remaining budget advance payment minus the expenses. So I use the formula of get line item table summary for that, and the table will be my expense details table. So advance amount minus the expense details will be the remaining budget. So it's calculated, and I want to show the remaining budget read only to the manager, and also the advanced amount, maybe advanced amount before the remaining budget. Okay, that's fine, but at this step the manager can either approve, cancel, or send the revision. Let's make those steps as well. So I copy and paste this form, and if the manager approves, so it will go from this step, and all right, so there's a mandatory field, I inherit it, and I want the accounting to see the advance amount as well as the remaining budget, but all read only. And I want the accounting make the payment and the process and this step. So if the remaining budget is minus, then the accounting will have to make payment to the user, to the expense owner, let's say. And what else? Yeah, let's add again a cancel button, and let's make the background color again red for that. And there was one more, I guess. Yeah, send to revision, and let's send back to the initiator sent to revision. So the manager, there are two ways. If it's an expense process, it will go from this workflow. If it's an expense process of an advance payment, then it will go from here. That looks fine. Let's save our process and activate it. And let's go back to eFlow and see whether it works properly or not. So now let's run the process and see how it looks like. Expense request form. I start the process and I will follow the advance payment workflow. So I choose the type of expense as advance payment. I do advance request, let's say 200, and then request this advance payment. And my request is assigned to the manager's advance request of this user. It's a description and they have 5 days to respond it. But as I am the admin, I can just run the process. So this is what the manager will see. You may either approve or reject this advance payment request. So I see the requester, the advance amount, the date of this request, and I approve it and sending to accounting. So now from the manager, it goes to the accounting manager, and accounting manager just sees it's an approved advance payment request. So please make the payment. There's a warning, requester, advance amount, and date of the request. Maybe I can change this the date of request. And we do the payment. When we do the payment, now the user can enter the expense details. So the date of expense, the cost of expense, let's say, and type of expense, let's say food details, lunch with customer, maybe the invoice of this lunch, and we send it to approve. And once I send it to approve, the manager will see the cost of expense was 456 and the advance amount was 200. So there's a remaining budget minus 256. So once the manager approves it, it will be assigned to accounting. And when the accounting sees it, the remaining budget is minus. It means this payment will be done to the user, and in order to end the process, they have to make the payment to the user. So by ending process, after I do the payment, I can end the process. Okay, it works fine. That looks pretty good.